Right, hopefully you guys can hear me, but today we actually just finished leaving our hotel. It was actually a crap box and it's just been bad energy the whole morning. So what we're going to do now is get a session in. I'm going to take you guys through my chest and arm session, and we're going to start with the 50s. Fucking weird. First time trying the matrix press, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of it. Basically because I've had to half the weight. It's always weird going to different gyms and trying their equipment. Actually, I had a few clients that have asked about training in different gyms and why it's different in terms of the resistance and stuff like that. And even though I've been doing it for years, been going to different gyms, trying different weights and stuff like that, it's still confusing as to why. It's so hard. What are you looking at? Just met this chick. She won't leave me alone now.
Weak.
Check my weight inside of the app. It makes it so much easier to know exactly what you need to lift. But every time you do something in the new gym, you're always filling it out and then going with the flow. If you haven't already, you get this song on the reel. Anyway, I should explain what I was talking about earlier. Got to our hotel late last night, got in there and we were like, what is this? The hotel was crazy, it was dirty as, small as. When I walked into it, because I hadn't seen any photos, I just let old mate book everything and I'm just a little duckling that follows. And we went in there, we just looked at each other like, what is this? So, went to the receptionist this morning, tried to have a bit of a yarn, a bit of a discussion about what's happening, how we're disappointed with how it came out and how the images online were deceiving, and instead we got into a debate. One person was raising their tone, I was raising my tone, and I'm just glad I kept my cool because freaking hell, I was angry. She started raising her tone first, I allowed it, and then I started being petty. I'll go through what we've got here so you guys can kind of take things from my workout and implement them into yours. I usually start with some kind of isolation exercise to help warm up the area that I'm going to be working, because I don't usually do a warm up. But instead today, training to dumbbell bench press, 2 sets. One is 6 to 9, the other is 10 to 15. And then after that, it's incline machine chest press, same thing, 2 sets, 6 to 9, and the other 10 to 15. Then chest flies, 2 times 8 to 12, or 2 sets of 8 to 12, 1 set of 15 to 20, like a heavy set at the start, and then a bit of a back off set to push to failure. Then we've got machine dips, which is 2 sets of 8 to 12. Bicep curl, usually it's the incline bicep curl, but I've started implementing the cable bicep curl instead. Way better, way better. One of the dudes at World Gym was showing me it. Bro's got massive arms, so I took a note out of his book. Skull crushers after that, or overhead extension, because it's been hurting my elbow. And then we do another variation of the standing bicep curl, which I'm taking from another, I think he's another coach. He's just recently blown up. He's doing like a facing away cable bicep curl. Bro's got unreal arms. I don't know how to say his name. I think it's Tanino or something. You know, when you see things online, that's why I wanted to share mine. When you see things online, you just take what you see from others and implement them into your own routine. This machine, I'm facing the other direction. I had this machine at the first gym I came to, then I moved to Aussie, but I didn't like it because you're actually supposed to face this way, tuck yourself under the pad, and then I feel like you put yourself into a position where you stuff up the shoulder. I don't like it. It's not, for me, it's not safe. But for some reason when I turn around, because I can hinge over more at the hips, you're not getting as much shoulder extension. And if you're getting more shoulder extension, obviously you get the mobility for it, then yeah, that's fine. I'm not trying to put myself into so much shoulder extension to work the tricep just to injure myself. So instead, the safest way I believe to do it is turn the other way on this particular machine. Have your hands right at the end of the handles. Try hinging over a little bit more, because the reason why you can't do it this way is because this pad restricts you. If you face the other way, you don't have any restriction and you can almost lean over. In essence, it's almost like resembling a freaking pressing movement. All right, let's crack on. Here's a gold nugget for you on your tricep overhead presses. Most people will set this up at the lowest point, then they'll hold it over, start doing the extension. But that's the rookie maneuver. What you want to do is get this around the height of your shoulder blades, even just below maybe your nipple line, and then you get the same kind of extension anyway. And if it's not, just drop it down by one more. But that stops you having to boom, straight over the head. And then, more bang. Safely put back. All right, put you guys on another little nugget. If you guys haven't been to the gym before and you're using this video as inspiration, hopefully. If you're trying to determine your weight, the best thing I would suggest is aiming for a rep range, not just reps like 3 sets of 10 or something like that. Aim for a range. So when my clients first start out, we usually get them within a range, and that allows them to just, so we use the 6 to 9 rep example. Ultimately, we always want them to aim for the higher rep range, because that's going to be our main determiner of overload. But, you know, if they can't get that 9, then they don't feel disappointed about hitting 6 because they're still within the range. More of like a mental thing as well. Most people will get frustrated and won't stick to it because they haven't hit their goal, or they didn't come into the gym and hit 100 kgs on the bench for the first time. It's ridiculous processing, but hey. Alright, technically I was supposed to go and do the straight bar bicep curl on the cables, but instead I saw this machine a little bit earlier and I was like, might go give that a crack instead. If you go to a different gym and you're sticking to the program and not trying anything, you're training optimally or you're training boring. You're just being boring. So technically this is going to be a bit more of the long head because like my elbow's behind my shoulder, but it's not going to be too much of a high degree.